Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. So, I know it's a little weird to be starting a new video, especially on, what is Tuesday night into Wednesday. But I have essentially decided that I'm going to scrap the idea of doing separate videos for the books that I'm reading. Sorry, I'm really tired right now. I shouldn't be doing this at night, but I have the thought now. Anyways, I have decided to scrap the idea of doing separate reading books because it's getting to the point where I haven't picked up the camera since last week to film a regular sit-down video. And I've now read 68% of Jin City, and I haven't given you guys any sort of update on this book. And I feel really bad for doing that because if I was giving you guys, reading vlogs per separate book, I want them to feel good. But I feel like you guys would get more content from me if I made these vlogs weekly. I'm thinking that the videos will run Monday through Sunday, but I'll probably stop them Sunday, probably sometime in the evening, and start them most likely probably Monday morning. Sometime on Monday. I'm eventually going to start them on Monday. And I might not finish a book in a week, but if I read, I will therefore have to give you guys an update. And that's kind of what I want. I want to be able to update you guys and still give you good quality footage. The videos will be longer if I do it this method, and obviously I'll probably have to sort through some more footage and add some stuff. I'm planning on experimenting filming B-roll footage from my phone, but I don't have a lot of space on it. I need to get a new phone. I don't know when, but I probably will get a new phone. Anyways, let's not talk about the phone. Let's talk about the book. Because I feel like I should give you guys some sort of an update book so far. So, Jin City is about this boy named Indlebed, and he lives in the city of Bangladesh, which is near India. And in this book, he learns that his mother is a Jin. And in this world, Jin they're the genies. So, think the genie from Aladdin. And his father is what is known as an emissary to the jinns. And an emissary is a magician. And when he discovers this, of course, now he's in total danger and now has to leave. And his father is now in a coma. And yeah, so essentially when Indlebed leaves, his cousin Ross decides that he's going to take it upon his matters upon himself to go try to find him. Try to find him and kind of figure out what's going on. And it seems that the Jinn are capable of causing a catastrophe and destroying their world. So, yeah, that's basically the synopsis of the book. I did get it from Goodreads. So, yes, technically you could say those were some spoilers, but actually it's not. That is spoiler free. So, yeah, let me give you guys my thoughts and feelings of the book. I have read 67%. I'll tell you at the beginning, I didn't like the book, and I think that's because I found all of, the names, and I first thought that emissary was embassary, which is weird, and, ambassador. I thought embassy was ambassador, and those kind of terms like that. I was a little bit confused. Plus, the voice actor, because I'm listening to this book via audiobook, and I just have the ebook up so I know where I'm stopping and how many pages I'm reading per day, because as you guys know, I do track how many pages I read per day here in my reading journal. Because I'm planning on potentially maybe I want to say in August doing a reading challenge and filming the whole thing for you guys. But I kind of want to know a basis, with my reading average, how many pages I read per day. I want to do that. So, yeah. Now, I am 67% into the book. And, honestly, I'm not as confused as I once was before. This book I would classify this book as urban fantasy. And if you know me, you can see my poster back. I like urban fantasy. Urban fantasy is one of my favorite genres to read. For those of you that don't know, urban fantasy is essentially, I like to think of it as you're in your life but there's a hint of fantasy. So, and you go off and discover it. It's very small and it's hidden. So, you live in your world, and let's say there's something else that also exists in your same world, in your same timeline, and you're introduced to it. Somehow, some way you're introduced to it. That is urban fantasy. It's also, I like to think of it, it's not magical realism. I like to call urban fantasy known as, like, hidden fantasy, because it takes place within your same timeline and your world. You're not headed off to somewhere else. It takes place where you are. I mean, it might take place in a different city from yours, but it's still within your world. The city's the same. No names have changed. So this book is definitely urban fantasy. And I'm now getting into the point where, like, I really like it because they've also introduced some other topics. Nephilim have been introduced. That might be the only thing that's been introduced. Nephilim, other of, like, the Bible's been mentioned. So, a bunch of, like, that stuff. And it's now gotten to the point where it's, like, it's a little bit, and it's really interesting. I don't know what day I'm gonna finish this book. I was hoping to have it finished tonight, but I doubt that. Definitely not. It's almost 12:30. And I was hoping on tomorrow I was gonna start the Zayaluz the Time War, which should be in this vlog as well. That book's only like 200 pages, so I'm hoping I can probably finish that in like a couple of days. It's just this book, and I have apparently 180 pages left, which doesn't really make sense, but it kind of does make sense. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Star rating thoughts as of right now. I'm not certain. I'm thinking it's gonna come out somewhere between a 3 and a 4 star. I think it hasn't quite reached the 5 star for me yet. That could still happen within these last about 200 pages, but I doubt that. Yeah, I can tell I'm starting to get really congested right now. Yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I will talk to you guys later. Hello, everyone. So, today is Wednesday. Nice Wednesday of this reading vlog, and I figured that I should come and do like a daytime update for you guys since I actually have a day off today. As you can tell, I'm wearing just a normal shirt. I'm actually wearing shorts today. It's like 80 degrees here, so I'm wearing shorts today, which is nice. I can tell it's really warm because, like, I'm currently just sitting in bed, kind of chilling, relaxing. I was doing like some things earlier today, but I don't know, like, I haven't been feeling all that great. yesterday, I kind of, like, almost broke down in tears at work. And it wasn't over work. But, like, I thought of something, and the thought welled me to tears. Which is kind of saying that, like, somewhere there's some underlying stress. And I can't seem... Well, I might know what it is. But... Anyway, so there's some, like, underlying stress. And my allergies are really bad today. And when my allergies get really bad, I tend to get a little bit irritable. And stuff like that. So there's that day. Like, I have, like, a headache. And my sinuses are really bothering me right here. I'm thinking about maybe... So, anyways, there's that. As you can see, so this is my Clever Fox planner. I use it sort of to plan my weeks out, and then daily I'll make a sticky note and have this be my to-do list. That way I don't have to, like, turn in here to find the date because it doesn't offer a lot of space. I used to have, like, some other ones that, like, offered space to write a to-do list, but I found out I wouldn't use it as that, and I'd still use a sticky note. So I got this. I also do like this because it also allows me to habit track, but I'm not actually tracking habits. I'm tracking YouTube stuff. So, like, I'm tracking filming, vlogging, editing, uploading, stuff like that. And I'm also planning out my reading. So I'll show you that. So I'll show you this month's monthly spread so you can see. So this is my monthly spread for the month of April. As you can see, I have dates and stuff, and I put books. So I calculated roughly how many pages I would have to read per day. Which is about 70. Yeah, it's 72 pages. So that's kind of like a minimum pages. Well, how many days would it take me to read that book? And I would finish on last book at the end of the month. But, like, reading speed can change, and, like, I can end up reading, like, 150 pages in one day. So there's that. This is just, like, a minimum. So it says I'm supposed to be starting This Is How You Lose the Time War today, which I probably will do, even though I'm not finished with Jin City yet. I want to keep on track. So I'm supposed to actually, like, start it and finish it this week, because it's a pretty short book. So yeah, I don't know why I decided to just give you guys an update now, if I haven't even decided what I don't want to do, but I kind of wanted to give you guys just, like, a different update, and just kind of talk about some things. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know if I'll show you what's in this Clever Fox planner. I probably won't, because this is just, like, my general, like, life planner. But I really like this. This is also an undated planner, which means I get to date it myself, which means I could actually start it this month and not have to, like, jump in and get a new planner and have the first 4 months be wasted. So essentially this will run April through March of next year. But I'm probably going to stop at the end of December and get a new planner for January, because it'll be a new year. And it will most likely be a Clever Fox again. This is my first time trying it out. I got a recommendation from someone else's video, and I just really liked it. So, yeah. If I do some reading, I'll tell you guys about it later. But yeah, I'm gonna get some things done. I might read, who knows. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hello everyone. So today it is Friday, April 9th, and I'm here to update you guys with some of the reading I have been doing today. So I had a day off of work today, and last night I impromptu decided to try wanting to just see how far I could read, and I managed to hit 4 a.m. and then I fell asleep, and I actually didn't get any real reading done until tonight, starting at around 8-ish. So I'm gonna just scrap the idea of me doing a 24-hour readathon. As of this moment, I'm gonna have to plan better for it, and I probably shouldn't have done it when I had just worked the day before previously. So, yeah, there's that. Let me tell you guys about what I have been reading. So, today I finished This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal Al-Mokhtar and Max Gladstone. This is a novella. I'm going to read you guys the introduction from the book, in case you guys aren't familiar with it. So, in the ashes of a dying world, Red finds a letter marked "Burn Before Reading," signed by Blue. So begins an unlikely correspondence between two rival agents in a war that stretches through the vast reaches of time and space. Red belongs to the agency, a post-singularity technotopia. Blue belongs to Garden, a single vast consciousness embedded in all organic matter. Their pasts are bloody and their futures mutually exclusive. They have nothing in common, save that they're the best and they're alone. Now what began as a battlefield boast grows into a dangerous game, one both Red and Blue are determined to win, because winning's what you do in war, isn't it? So, anyways, this book is about two rival agents, Red and Blue, both of which are female. Red is some sort of cyborg female human, and Blue is totally human. And through this book is essentially letters that the two write back and forth. In the beginning, they sort of do it out of companionship, but then as the story gets further on, it turns into love. And yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts and feelings of the book, because I don't think within this week I have. But since I've actually finished the book, instead of giving you thoughts and feelings, I'm going to tell you my rating. So, I ended up giving this book a total of 4 stars. I gave it a 9 for characters, an 8 for atmosphere, a 10 for writing, a 7 for plot, 8 for intrigue, 7 for logic, and an 8 for enjoyment. And I think that totally reflects the book. You know, I don't like really reading about war, but this was war I would much rather read about. Because it was told in a different style than some of the other books I've read about war, or at least had war in them. It was a different style. Plus, I do like science fiction type of books. The 7 for plot is, it had a plot, but it was very sporadic, and most of the book was about the letters. And the letters are why I gave writing a 10, was the letters were beautifully, beautifully written. Very lyrical, very picturesque, remind me a lot of Erin Morgenstern's writing. And yeah, that's why I gave it a 10. It's probably the reason why I got a 4-star. If I'd probably gave it a score less in writing than a 10, it probably would have gotten 3 stars. So yeah, I'm glad this book got a 4 stars. This is actually my first book for April, which is kind of sad to know that this is the first book for April. And I read it. I did read it in 3 days. I haven't finished anything else. I'm hoping this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to, number 1, read more, and to finish 2 books. Which brings me to my next point. I actually started another book today. I started The Sea of Monsters, which is the second book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan. This book is a reread for me. I've already read it, and essentially in this book, Percy Jackson and Annabeth go to the Sea of Monsters, and the Sea of Monsters is the sea that Odysseus traveled through in the Iliad. And they go for the Sea of Monsters to try to save Camp Half-Blood. Currently, I am on page 214 out of 279. So I'm 77% into this book. This will hopefully be, I'll probably finish this tomorrow. I might. No, I don't think I'm going to do any more reading today. So, yeah, I will most likely probably update you guys tomorrow. Hello, everyone. It is now, Monday, and I'm going to be ending off this weekly reading vlog. So let's go over what I was able to read this week and do a recap of it. So this week, at the beginning, I did read Jin City, but I have put it down for now to focus on some other books. It's not like I want to finish it. It's not like I'm DNFing it, because I'm like, according to Goodreads and my tracker, I am like 90-some% into it, so I'm almost done. It's not as intriguing as it was in the beginning. Plus, my work schedule has been like crazy, so reading has been a bit rough. So this week, I did read about probably 100 pages of it on Monday. So, Yeah, I would go get my tablet right now, but I'm not feeling it. So instead, I will show you a picture of what the book cover looks like. However, this week I did actually manage to finish 2 books. I did start and finish This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El Motar and Max Gladstone. It's about a 200-page novella book, which I read on my Kindle, and I listened to the audiobook at the same time. I like to do that if I can, because I feel like I can, number one, easily track how long the book is taking me, and number two, it kind of feels like my mind is able to focus fully on the book and not be somewhat fully distracted, because I like to do reading sprints, which is where you read for a length of time, usually about 30 to 45 minutes, and then take a 10 to 15, sometimes 20-minute break. I've already done somewhat a sort of recap for this book, which is in this vlog race. I'm not going to give you my rating, but I'm not going to give you my individual rating for it, but I did end up giving this book a 4 stars. It got an 8.14 on the call pile, and last night I finished The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Percy Jackson series. This is a reread for me. I have read Percy Jackson completely, fully before, including the Heroes of Olympus series. I read this physically. This is my sister's copy of the book. She has the first series. Yeah. This is a middle grade young adult YA fantasy series in which the Greek and Roman gods from the myths are real, and they have children known as demigods here on Earth. They're half human, half god. In this series, we follow Percy Jackson to the Sea of Monsters, and the Sea of Monsters is the sea that Odysseus had to travel through in the Iliad. I'm not going to explain to you guys, why he's going to the Sea of Monsters, because that's a spoiler for anyone who hasn't read it before. I suggest that you guys read this book series. It's quite a popular book series. It's like one of the best middle grade series I've ever read. It's a reread for me. So this book ended up getting a 7 for characters, an 8 for atmosphere, a 7 for writing, a 7 for plot, an 8 for intrigue, a 7 for logic, and an 8 for enjoyment. So it got a 7.43, which is a low 4 stars. But it did get a 5. It did get a 4 star. I did rate The Lightning Thief higher than this, but I did enjoy The Lightning Thief more than I enjoyed this one. This book, I do believe it is the shortest in the series. I read this book in 3 days, and I also read This Is How You Lose the Time War in 3 days. Yeah, so that's also what I finished. Last night I did start Siege and Storm, which is the second book in the Grishaverse trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I'm only 40 pages into that book, so I'm not going to give you guys any thoughts and feelings of it. Instead, it'll be for next week's vlog. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this weekly reading vlog. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more bookish content by me. I am hoping to post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today. And remember, we are the one within the all.